All right, you know what it is. We here. It's my son's birthday, man. It's my son Mahdi's birthday. This is a happy birthday tribute to my son. You know, just so y'all know. Is everything working out there? All right, we good. Now, let's let the people come in just so y'all understand what it is. Today is November 23rd, and this is my son Mahdi's birthday, and this is my tribute to my son. All right, I'm trying to let everybody come in, so I'm taking my time as I bring it in. You know, I'm getting ready to drop a joint. I'm getting ready to drop a joint on where I'm going to dedicate a tribute to Shakur, you know, Tupac's father. Now, I'm bringing his brother on to show you how the struggles of the system and the separation of the black family has destroyed us. And this is the reason why I'm so passionate about trying to help the youth. You know, today is my son's 27th birthday. I've been locked up 26 years. This is my first birthday as a free man with my son. This is my son's first, this is my first time being free, man. You know what I mean? My first time being free. You know what I mean? My first time being free, man. You know what I mean? For my son's birthday. Just so y'all understand that. When he was born, I got locked up. He was like 6 months, 8 months. You know what I mean? He was a baby. You know what I mean? I've been gone 26 years. He's 27. And this is his first birthday. And this is my dedication to my son. And what this is a tribute to introduce to my son, to your sons, your nieces, your nephews. You understand what I'm saying? And any one of your family members or close friends that you care about, they need to watch this video. They need to watch this channel so they know what this channel is about and what we're offering. This is a free Mutulu day. You understand? I might do a free William Underwood day, but right now it's about Mutulu Shakur. This is his son that I'm getting ready to bring up. But before I bring up his son, I'm going to bring up my brother Harris L. You know, we call him Mo. You know, Mo is going to tell you who he is and who Dr. Shakur is. And I have a video that after this, I'm dropping a video, the tribute that I have to Mutulu Shakur. I'm dropping after this. But I wanted to make this a special day because this is my son's first time me being a free man on my son's birthday. You know what I mean? Yo, Harris L, Big Mo.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, how you doing, man?
Tell him.
Well, first of all, man, I'm saying that, you know, you said my name, so I ain't got to do that again. But I really want to touch on, man, something about you, really, right? And I want you to know I'm proud of you, man. You know, and like I really appreciate you actually stepping on this side of the wall and continue doing what you started, right? A lot of people talk it, but once they release them from prison, they go back to whatever they were because everything they was doing in it was a facade. You understand? So when you step out there, see, it's easy to be positive in a positive environment. But to be able to be positive in a negative environment requires a degree of strength that very few people have, especially in the system in which we're living in today. Right? But I've watched you, man, like I've watched my son. You know, I've seen you come from, man, a level that basically you was buried alive. You understand? And you was in a situation, man, where there's no deeper depth than ignorance and unbelief. Right? And I remember, man, when I looked at you and I was wondering, is it any goddamn hope for you, really? I mean, to be honest with you, right? But I watched you take your initiative, man, and actually build from a level where you couldn't even read or write, you understand, and actually took it upon yourself to build yourself. Now, people read stories about Malcolm going into the prison doing it, and they celebrate Malcolm for having come from a level where he couldn't read or write, and he read the dictionary and so forth. But when a person they never met Malcolm, you understand? But when you got an opportunity to meet a young man that actually came from nothing, who actually was basically even content with the nothingness, and then suddenly decide I'm going the other way. And I watched you, man, like, you know, and I know that your family, especially your son, was a hell of a motivation for you. In fact, I use your son a lot of times to sort of like kick you in your butt, man. Hold up, son. You need to get out there to your son. You understand? You need to, man. You know how you talk about how much you love him. You talk about how much you want to be with him. And cut that shit out so you can get with him. You understand? And I mean, I had to use him sometimes just to motivate you because you would lose sight sometime, and then you get back focused again. You understand? And then you make several steps. You understand? And I see you again veering off. Hold up, wait a minute, what you doing? You know what I mean? And you make up all these excuses. Man, I'm doing me. I got to get mine. I got to da 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 da. And I'm saying, okay, how are we going to explain that to your son? You understand? Why are we going to explain that to your family? You understand? We're going to tell you that your father ain't here because he said he got to do me. You understand? And they saying, well, what about we? You know, and ultimately, man, you get back on track again. You know what I mean? And when the things that you would do when you get off track actually pose the possibility of getting you some more time. So you said they already got you buried alive. They already been declared that you're going to die in there. And then you're going to go ahead and do some other things. So even if you got up off that sentence, you would still have all this other stuff. Slow up, man. You know what I mean? And like I watched you, man, in an environment where there ain't nothing but killers and you know, we all down here in this environment, you understand? And we like the toughest environment the federal system got. The people, police work down there afraid of us. You understand? So we walk in the true essence, they admire us because they can't comprehend how these dudes could have all this time and still smile and still steady and still kick it because they know if they had anywhere near that time, they'd kill themselves. They didn't said it. So secretly they're admiring you. You understand? But when they see you do something that undermines your personal growth and development, and I've said to you 1,000 times, man, self-deception undermines personal growth and development. You understand? So don't deceive yourself. You understand? Face the fact that you are more than you think you are and better than you're trying to be. You understand? And when you set your mind to it, what can you not achieve? People say that as a cliche. But right now, you inspiring a lot of dudes that's in prison because you showing them what they can do when they get out. Because a lot of them don't think they can do nothing else but what they've been doing. You understand? What happened? Anyway, so no, yeah, I just want you to know, man, first and foremost,
I gave you the
that
floor.
I'm proud of you. Can't hear you.
I said I gave you the floor. I came out so that you could have the screen to yourself as you speak. I'm right here, big brother.
Okay, like I say, man, I'm proud of you. And like, there's a few times I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I know you already know it. There's a few times I'm gonna go upside your head because you had me worried about you, man. Every time you slip back, you understand, and you would treat the prison like you was in the street. You understand? And one of my major concerns for you was the haters, because as a young man, you come into prison and you actually thinking that everybody's thinking like you. You thinking everybody has your values, you projecting your values into other people. So you having natural conversations and people think you're bragging. I've actually seen you show guys your pictures and talk about the things that you used to do, like what's what we do. But I looked at their faces and I seen them saying he lying. He ain't have that car and he didn't do this and he's trying. And then you saying you got people that's smiling in your face, but in reality, they jealous. You understand? And you sitting around, I'm saying, man, you ain't see that? I remember I had to pull you back and say, hold up, man, wait a minute. These smiling faces, they ain't showing the real traces of what's worked within, right? So I'm saying, back up for a minute. And then little things is happening and it's all stemming from you just being you, unique. The idea of you even telling someone, man, I'm unique, not simply as a noun, that's my name, but as a person, I'm unique. You understand? So when you start doing things, what else can it be but unique? You understand? So a person said, man, what'd he do? He did unique. You understand? What was that about? That was unique. You understand? And when you took and embraced that title as a reality, that's put you right where you at right now. So what you doing right now is unique. You understand? People say I'm doing me. No, he's doing unique. Big difference than me and unique. You understand? Because me is a trap that our people was placed in to make us be so selfish that we don't think about the youth or the next generation. You understand? If you was just doing me, me is nothing but the upside down we. Our culture is a we culture. When we follow this enemy, we start thinking in the me culture. You understand? So when that we be turned upside down and it becomes the me, the prisons get overcrowded. Sons are left in the street without their fathers. You understand? You know, you get a whole barrage of problems. And again, that brings us to Mutulu Shakur. Mutulu Shakur, man, is...
Hold on, big bro. Excuse me, Mo. Let me bring in his son so that he could hear this, being that he's being mentioned at this time. Okay? Now, for those of y'all don't know, this is Mutulu Shakur's son. He's going to tell you about himself after Mo speaks so that he could hear him speak on his father. This is a tribute to fathers today because I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be a free man today for my son's first birthday. It's the first time in my son's life that I'm a free man on his birthday. All right. Now I'm gonna bring my Shakur's son in. Hey, how you doing, big brother? Introduce yourself, man. And the brother Mo is getting ready to speak on your father, so you understand things that you might not know. So tell them who you are, when you met your father, whatever, so they can understand why I'm doing this to give you, you know, the insight and the wisdom on your father. You know what I mean? So you know the strength of your father. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Introduce yourself, big brother.
No doubt. Peace and blessing to the universe. My name is Talib Shakur, one of the sons of Dr. Mutulu Shakur. I found out that he was my biological father probably like 3-4 years ago. Due to circumstances back in those days, man, you know, they kept me underneath the wraps, not of my doing, because I wish I would have known the real truth. But thanks to Afeni Shakur, she really laid down the truth for me. And in my little documentary, you'll hear a little more about, you know, how everything unfolded. The brother Mo, he definitely laid a lot of things, the foundation straight. I'll listen to everything he was saying. You hit everything on a knot. And a lot of things that's going on with us is that, yeah, you're right. We come out here to this so-called free world and then we just run amok. Me, myself, yeah, I was up north for 16 plus years of my life. And I heard all of the yard talk and, you know, I was part of that yard talk for a minute. And then I realized, yo, I'm about to head to set in a minute. I'm not trying to come back up inside here. So what do I need to do to prevent that from happening? So what I was taught is that you perfect something that you love doing, and then you make that a living for yourself when you get out, no matter what it is, no matter what the naysayers may say. Always remember that dollar bill is one color. That's green. You know what I mean? So the naysayers, they're gonna, you know, try to throw you underneath the bus, saying, nah, that's not gonna work, and that's some old corny stuff and stuff like that. Nah, you push forward and do what you need to do. And that's what I did when I came out here, you know. I've been home for like 10 years so far, you know, and that's a blessing. And I salute to you, Uni, for you being out in this world here, you know what I mean? Mo, you the same, you know. And since I hit the set, my whole focus was to give back to our youth, help our youth, you know, get them out of the conditions that I know that I was in around their age, you know. And ever since I've been out, I have saved over 223 youth lives through mentorship, gang intervention, violence awareness, and all the initiative programs, you know. And I would die to try to help our youth. That's my journey. That's my journey, you know. And that's a fact right there. I did so much in the society to whereas, yo, listen, it was against what this man stood for, you know what I mean? And that's why, you know, I feel bad that I didn't know my biological all them years, because I would have been able to get structure to not live the type of life that I was living. So once I did find out about who he is, now a whole umbrella of kings like y'all are learning me about who my biological is. All of y'all know so much about him that I don't know. So I got to give a shout out to Preem, the one that plugged me with you, Uni. You know what I mean? Because my dad always asked, yo, did you get up with Uni yet? Did Uni this, Uni? I was like, yo, I don't have his math, and and we're going back and forth. Man, you bull jiving, man. That's some real straight ahead brother, man. And sure enough, Preem was able to connect us. You know what I'm saying? So, there's so much unfolded once I found out who he is. I've been getting calls on the jack from unknown numbers and everything. But then when I listen to the voice message or the text, I get right back at them because I know they're coming from a good space, So now I'm humbled to listen to all y'all kings and queens to build to me into the universe about the real Mutulu Shakur. Not that nonsense that they hear on social media on the reason why he's up in there and stuff like that. When a platform like this is important, it's very important, because now we could change the narrative on this true man right here. We could change the narrative to the point to where with how he helped people inside of prison change their life around. They always speak about prison reform. What about prisoners reforming each other? You know what I'm saying? And that's how a lot of us come out here in society to become different men. Because while I was up there in Sing Sing, if it wasn't for Robo Judge, P-Man, Shy, Dino, and a lot of other brothers that see me wilding out up there, they pulled my coat. And these are brothers that was doing the type of numbers you was doing, Uni. You know what I mean? And they was like, yo, nah, we don't want to see you like that up in there, man. And these are mentors, people that's bidding, not wanting to see other men crash their life away inside of prison. So they use their strength to hold things down to get you out there in society. You know what I'm saying? So salute any brothers and sisters. We can't forget about the sisters that's in captivity, because that's one thing that we do be forgetting about. There's a lot of females up in prison that's not getting the love that they deserve. You know what I'm saying? So we must find some type of coalition to really support them as well. It's the same way the females be knocking down the doors for us on the VI. I've been hearing that doors ain't being knocked down for them. You know what I mean? They don't know when the last thing they got a visit. You know what I'm saying? But yet they was holding us down all those years. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, I can't wait to continue hearing about my father. This is a tribute. Oh, shout out to your birthday boy. Holla at the birthday boy. Birthday boy. Hey, yo.
Happy birthday. Yeah. I just want y'all to understand, man, this is the greatest day of my life. I fought to be here for my son to be free. What? Oh, man, 26 years I waited to be free for this man who was a child when I left behind for his birthday. And this is my first birthday. You know what I mean? This is his first birthday that his father's a free man. But now I'm going to let y'all know something, man. I'm going to let y'all in on secret. Not yet, Mo? All right, but let me say
not yet.
All right, let me say this. All right, let me get into this, Mo. Just so y'all know, I didn't just come out here and start yelling, oh, let's save the youth, let's save the youth. I was in a mentor program called Skills Program in Coleman FCI. When I made it to Coleman FCI, I got involved in this program where I lived in a cell with mentally challenged men that didn't even know how to wipe themselves after they used the restroom. So they called the program Skills. The judges sent them to these programs, and they took the brothers that was that self-rehabilitated, and they put us in this unit. You know what I mean? The older brothers like me, brother Mo, they put us in this unit, and then they picked, the psychiatrists, they picked the other, men. I don't even want to say inmate, the other men, my peers, you know what I mean? And said, Unique, you got to live with this one. He's a little rough over the edges. And 9 times out of 10, these dudes are not what we call crazy. These are dudes that when we grew up, we just said that the things they did, the antics, oh man, Unique bugged out. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Unique had a psychological problem they didn't know how to, diagnose, because nobody cared about us in the ghettos that had these little issues that they now call ADDHT and all these alphabet letters to describe, that Unique needed help. You know what I mean? Well, these young men needed help. They put them in my cell. I help approximately 100 young men go home. I'm going to bring them on this platform because they home, they contact me, they stay in touch, and they let me know how much they appreciate me and what I did for them and taught them. You understand? For them to be able to stay out in society for the longest they ever did. Then they can remember from living in a cell with me. From living in a cell with me. Go ahead, big bro.
Hey, look, check this out, right? Let me make this statement. I got two statements really. One, I want to say Mutulu Shakur, but like the brother he did something that very few people have done, right? Like he managed to again maintain a degree of positivity, like we spoke, in a negative environment. You understand? Like you're in an environment where there is constantly bombarded with negativity. Like the rule of the day is to think of the negative. So to be able to maintain a positive mentality in a negative environment is monumental. Now, it's nothing to be positive in a positive environment. It's nothing to be positive in a neutral environment. You understand? You can surround yourself with positive people, and being positive is par for the course. But when you're around people and their very waking thought is negative and you still manage to maintain a degree of positivity, it's, like I said, monumental. Now, the brother's in prison because he's a real political prisoner. Now, don't get it twisted. Anything that politics move to get a guy locked up, the millions of people were in there for the the crack law, all that, they were political prisoners. But I'm talking about a political prisoner on a different level. You understand? He has belief in his convictions, and he has been convicted for his beliefs. I'm going to say that again. He got belief in his convictions, and consequently, he was convicted for his beliefs. So you saying that I'm going to stand on this regardless of the consequence. If this is the price I have to pay for being me or being a man, bring it. You understand? And bring it. So he's saying that I'm willing to pay. See, a lot of times, people, even a coward would do something when there's no price to pay. You understand? But when you know that you're up against Goliath, you're up against one of the greatest powerful systems in the world, and you still take a stand that runs contrary to it. You understand? You David. You understand? And you up against Goliath. The same thing you doing you right now, and I'm gonna say it. When you bring up an issue of Alpo on the video, you David. You up against a lot of haters that ain't gonna like what you did, beloved. You understand? And you say, still, I think it needs to be done. Well, people ain't go, okay, but I'm doing what I think needs to be done. For what? Not for no money. Not so that people can pat you on the back, but because you don't want another generation of brothers and sisters going into the prison system, tripping and falling. You know where the quicksand is. You know where the traps is. You know where the snares are. And you be remiss in your duty not to do something to help them see it and help them navigate around it. So when you go to do something that will help them to see the problems, to see the traps, and then somebody get upset with you about it, then you got to wonder who they working with. Is they working with the individuals that benefit from them falling into that trap? Or are they working with the people who really care about them and don't want that generation to fall into the trap? You understand? So you say, man, I'm going to take a stand. It ain't going to be favorable. People ain't going to like it. Hell, I don't even necessarily like it, but I know it's the right thing to do. You understand? So now you saying I'm going to do that which is right. Why? Because it's right. You understand how? Because I'm going to do it right. Okay, and for what? Because no other reason than that is right. You understand? That's his father. His father, I mean, in the prison system, individual can talk that talk, but there is no way that individual can pretend because everybody knows everybody's business. You understand? See, this dude stand up here at a podium, at a meeting, or a Christian church, or inside at a mosque, and then he go right back out and he go in his cell and do this, that, and the third, drink some wine, mess with. No, his father stands on what he is 24/7. He is what he is when ain't nobody looking, and he is what he is when everybody looking. You understand? Like he actually, I've seen him in conversation. You understand that people telling me, they say, well, man, police coming. So
Yep.
I ain't saying nothing
Yeah.
that I ain't going to say if he here. You understand? This is what I am. It's not what I am when ain't nobody looking. You understand? It's a big difference. You understand? So when you got the idea, like the brother said, prison reform, the hell with prison reform. It's about people reform. You understand? See, when you got right now, we got reform killers trying to drop the murder rate.
Thank you.
You understand? That's people reform.
You know what I mean?
You understand? You talking about prison reform. What you want? To paint the walls different? To get a better meal in the kitchen? To get a couple more basketballs in the gym? That's prison reform. I'm not trying to make hell heaven. You understand? I'm not sitting here trying to make their prison better. You understand? You saying I'm trying to make the people that are in it better. You understand? You saying, so the idea of prison reform, miss me with that. You understand? Miss me with that. But if you talking about people reform, I'm your man. You understand? I'm your man. See, when dudes, like certain guys, and I ain't saying everybody, but certain guys in prison, I use the term buried alive. You understand? See, especially when you got dudes that got that elbow or got that leather, they buried alive. Now, what kind of man are you? When giving up is easier than getting up. When giving in is easier than digging in. You understand? And still you stand? That's a defining moment. This is going to tell you what you're really made of. You understand? This is no task for the word and the weak. It's going to tell you what you're made of. This is going to help you to better understand who you are and what you are. So it's a defining moment. And when you step into the environment and won't let the environment define you, so you don't walk into the environment says you either going to be an inmate or a convict. No. I'm going to be a man. Same thing I was when I came in. Now, if convicts just so happen to do what I do, good for them. But I'm not trying to be a convict. I'm not going to let the environment define me. That's why you see so many convicts standing out on the corners now, because they went in prison and let the prison define them and then brought it home. You understand? This is why so many people are going to complain about some of the positive things that Unique is doing, because they're convicts standing out on the corner. You understand? And they're defining and looking at what he's doing through the lenses of a convict as opposed to the lenses of a man. You understand? So my position in life is beyond repute. You understand? When I say something is right, man, don't nobody question that. I've had people come to me from all different whatever to say, man, mediate this, man. I'm saying, y'all know the decision I make, you got to stand on. And they say, okay, Mr. Mo. And I go out there, GD, Crips, Bloods. It don't matter. You understand? I'm saying, I'm going to give you the law. I'm not going to give you any advice that's designed to please you. I'm going to give you some advice that's designed to help you. You understand? So ultimately, I want to say, I tip my hat. Now, let me add this. Yeah, today is Unique's son's birthday. But what a lot of people don't tend to realize, because they let this European tell them when Father's Day and Mother's Day is, today is also Father's Day. Because this is the day that he officially became his father. Look at the record. The same birth certificate that declares his birth to be today also declares him to be a father today. You understand? So this is Father's Day. Now, if he has 100 children, he'll have 100 Father Days, because he was there. Yes, right. So he had many children, had many blessings. You understand? So don't get this twisted. It's not just his first birthday or New Year's for his son. You understand? It is his first Father's Day for his son. You with me? So now when we think about it in the truest sense, this is New Year's. Like the European that told you that January 1st is New Year's. Okay, you can have that. You understand? But this is the day that that child's year begun. You understand? So when he gets to that hour that that child was born, he can do his 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 countdown and make his resolutions and look over the resolutions of the previous year. So I'm going to say to his son, Happy New Year. You understand? I'm going to say Happy New Year's, and I'm going to let him know that whatever what he gets out of this year will determine what he brings. You understand? So what he brings to the year will dictate what he get out of it. So all I can say to him, man, is bring it. Your father is a good example of an individual that brings it. You understand? Bring it. You understand? And that's the key. Now, I'm going to say this also, that I know for a fact that Unique's son meant a lot to him from being in prison. You understand? I only know his son from him, meaning had he never talked about him, had he never felt anything for him, then I wouldn't know him. You understand? And I know that he was really worried about his son knowing the world that he's coming up in. And he's coming up in that world without a father. And some of the guys that he might be around ain't really what you consider good father figures. Because we're living in a dysfunctional society where brothers don't know how to be a brother to a brother. And definitely men don't know how to be a father to a son. You understand? So you got dysfunctional relationships. You got individuals out there that call themselves leaders, but really they are misleaders. You understand? And if he moves in this society, he can make the tragic mistake of getting caught in that quicksand that his father is now trying to stop other young kids from getting caught into. You understand? And with that kind of heart, that kind of concern, that you saying, man, I'm willing to give my time, my energy, my heart to trying to keep others from going through what I went through. You understand? If you can just, and you talk about how many people that you help. See, knowledge is a gift that keeps on giving. So you may have helped 100 guys, but you got to also recognize if they help 100, that's yours too. And if they help 100, that's yours too. You understand? So you counting bodies and not recognizing that those individuals will go on to help others. You understand? So knowledge is a gift that keeps on giving. You understand? I've been stopped trying to count. You understand? I mean, the brothers that in ADX and all the USPs and whatever, I don't even do the counting. In fact, I don't even let them count. You understand? When they, man, the most saved my life. Look, man, miss me. I don't want to hear that. Just live that life. You understand? So anyway, to make a short story shorter, right? Yeah, man. I thought that your son would be on here. I wanted to see him, man. I wanted to tell him how much, man, he meant to you, man. I wanted to tell him, man, how much I used him to hit you over the side of the head to make you get out there to him, man. I worried you was, okay, admit it, worried you was about him getting caught up, you understand, and making the mistakes that you made, man. You understand? Look, man, I don't understand why he ain't there, man. I need to meet this kid, man. You understand? Where he at?
Just so y'all know, the other day when I broke down emotionally on here, so y'all know it wasn't about no comments, man. That's why this is all new to me about social media and that people make up things and things like that, but I'm not going to get on that. I broke down on here because I fought for 26 years and I might break down again, but I'm a man and I'm human and I love my son. So you understand that? Like Talib, your father loved you. You understand? When he found out that he had cancer, he called me to the yard. He ain't tell nobody else. He said, go get Unique. I'm thinking the old man got beef, which he never has, because everybody love him. I go run to the yard, and he sit me down at the table and told everybody else to get away. And he said, man, if I never see you physically again, because I'm going to continue fighting for my freedom, know that I love you, I respect you, and I respect how you trying to help the youth and you picking up the torch from where I may leave off. I said, what you talking about, Doc? He said, man, these people told me I got cancer. I said, what? He said, how you just telling me this? He said, man, they just told me. They took my blood last week. Now they packed me out. They getting ready to rush me to a cancer hospital. He said, man, know that I love you, man. I just lost my son. You know, Chaz. You know what I mean? He told me about all that. So, you know, this is passionate to me. When I broke down up here and I cried and y'all misconstrued that about comments, you know what I mean? That had to do, the comments had to do with a lot of my decisions because I couldn't believe that I'm doing something. So what I feel is so positive. And for negative-minded people to take it in a negative way when I'm doing something so positive, because I'm trying to save your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew, your uncles. You know what I mean? Because some of us older guys don't know no better. Yeah. It took me 30-something years to learn how to read what ABC is. You understand? So I'm letting you know who I am, because a lot of them came to my platform because I was going to drop this Alpo video and have Alpo talk to the youth to let them know that we're sorry. We made mistakes. And I'm not going to judge no man. You know what I mean? I just have my truth and they're entitled to their truth. But now, as far as my son, I fought for 26 years to get out here. And Brother Talib, I'm here. I'm free. But guess what? He's in prison doing 29 years and been there for 9 damn years. And y'all figure out what I'm doing trying to help you. I lost my son for my choices. My son is in Virginia State Prison. When I got sentenced, the prosecutor came to the cage and he said, you know what? You got a son down here in Virginia. And I tell you, I'm not going to stop until I put him in a cage with you. They told me that.
That's the nature of that beast, right? Yeah.
And then now my son that I fought to get out here for, I fought for 26 years to get out here and stood on what I was raised on as my principles and not judge others on what they was raised on or chose as their principles. Because that means nothing to me. Only thing means something to me is my son. My first free day. My son's the first day I'm free for my son. And he's in Virginia State Prison doing 29 years and been there 9 years. And that's why I broke down. If y'all can't understand that, alhamdulillah, it is what it is. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I fought to keep that boy out of there, but I wasn't in contact with him while I was locked up. No excuses. You know what I mean? Because he made his choices. You know what I mean? But my choices led to his choices because I didn't know no better. So I'm trying to help your sons, daughters, nieces, and nephews. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Learn better from my downfall. And so that you fathers listening out there, get with your sons, because I wasn't able to get with mine and I lost them. And now I'm trying to help you save yours and you telling me about views. What do I care about views? You know how much money I made? Not to brag about it, none of that. Money's nothing to come. Netflix, Hulu, all that contacted me about the work that I'm doing on this platform. They are in love with what I'm doing. My prison folks talk, my grown folks talk, my prison talk. I have prison talk up here where I bring other brothers that was in prison to talk to the youth, talk to their parents, and let them know that, you know, the choices we made and what led us to where we at, so that they can hear these things that they don't have at their dinner table. It's Thanksgiving in 2 days. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I've never, every Thanksgiving, and Mo would tell you, I fast.
Yeah.
I don't eat turkey. And I don't eat nothing on Thanksgiving. There's nothing to be Thanksgiving for me while my son is out there lost without me. While my daughters is out there lost without me. While my brothers around me, sons and daughters and nieces and nephews and grandmothers and grandfathers that need them, is lost without us. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what my platform is about. It's not about views. I'm going to get the views that I need, which is the views for the ones that I touch. And those are the only views I care about. You know what I mean? And yes, the comments moved me. They moved me because I'm human. I'm from another era. I'm from an era when you tell a man in his face how you feel and tell him, but I still love you. That's just how I feel. I still love you, my brother. I still love all my brothers. And I don't want none of them in jail. I'm not even mad at the man that told on me. I love you, my brother. The man that told on me why I got, not why, because my choices got me my 26, my life sentence. Let's get that right. But I'm letting it be known that I'm not mad at anybody. I don't judge anyone. Only God can do that. But I was brought into this mind frame and this growth from brothers like Mo, from brothers like Dr. Shakur. And I just met him last week, Dr. Shakur's son. But I had to have him up here because y'all need to know the reason for what I'm doing. And so we can all get together. I want to bring all the kingpins. I want to bring all the robbers. I want to bring all the murderers. I want to bring all the kidnappers. I want to bring everybody together because we all was used as pawns and was totally violated our communities. So now I'm trying to give us a chance to give back because it took us to tear it down. So it's going to take us to get back together. I learned that from Cool. I learned that from my man Mo. I learned that from Appleby. I learned that from Shakur, Sherman Dobson. These are brothers that you don't know that was my mentors. I'm ready to cry now. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's so much work to be done, man. I'm no prophet, I'm no Moses, I'm no none of that. I'm just a black man that lost his children from his choices and trying to prevent y'all from losing yours. And that's it. Now I'm gonna fall back. Dr. Shakur Jr., please talk to them and let them know what you know about your father. But I just want y'all to know who Unique is and why I'm on this platform. None of this means nothing to me. I'm getting ready to get a check from Netflix and Hulu. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm still gonna be here because I'm not here for that check from them. They see what I'm doing. Why is it that Europeans see that I'm trying to change my people, but my people want to tear me down for trying to help? Talk to me, bro.
Check this out, Uni. Like you know my Abu, man. What's one of his favorite lines? Keep pushing straight ahead, right? That's one of the favorite lines I be hearing him say to every time I hang up the phone. Straight ahead, because you're gonna have the naysayers, man. And that don't mean those naysayers you ain't got love for, but they not seeing A alike yet. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with them. They okay. You know what I'm saying? But we just have to make sure that we continue pushing forward and not having animosity against those, because we got to understand we was asleep for a long time. We did a lot of things, you know, our choices. You know what I'm saying? We served our choices. We did a lot of wrong. And then there was a lot of people telling us the same thing that your haters is telling you now. You know what I mean? And it took that time for us to recollect or get mentored or get mentee to change our mindset, to change our narrative, to realize what we have done wrong in society and know that we strong enough, we tough enough to make the change. Because our youth right now are us. They are us. You know what I'm saying? Give me a minute. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so it's like our youth right now are us when we used to be that age. So we got to make them understand that we understand you. You know what I mean? There's certain people that are out there. They are, you know, stick up kids and, you know, bank robbers and, you know, bodying things and stuff like that. For what cause? Why are they doing that? I can only speak for myself. I can speak for why I used to do certain things.
Me too.
And that's because of love of money. Tired of seeing my mother living in the conditions that she was living in due to the fact that single parent household. So now how many of the kids is being raised right now? Single parent household. So now if you have a young man that's, you know, got a strong back like we have, we're not going to want to see our mom struggling. We ain't going to want to see them going through what she's going through. So now what we going to do? We can go get that hammer and we're going to go do our damn thing to try to bring money in the house, to try to provide and stuff like that. And then when we bring it to mommy, what do mommy tell us first? Get that shit out of here. I don't want none of that drug money. I don't want that. If you don't get it right, don't bring it in the house. See what I'm saying? But no, we still choose. Listen, you can say all you want to say, I see these rats and roaches and the ceiling falling down and everything. I don't want us to live like that. You know what I'm saying? So the choices that we make to go and get that bread are some of the same choices that our younger generation are doing now. Is it right? No. Do we understand them? Yes. But now we have to be strong enough to be able to go up in the boulevard, go up in the staircase with the homies, you know, blazing their L's, doing their thing, putting their hammers together and all like that to go do a shakedown. But no, brother like you and I, we'll roll up on them like, yo, come on, brother. Come on, let's take a walk. Let's try to figure this out a different way. You know? Passive ass dudes not gonna do that. It was told to me. They were like, yo, Ty, you bugging. You going where? You doing what? I said, watch me. Watch me. And sure enough, I'll come out the buildings with a couple of little young brothers. And when we come out, we walk and they see smiles on their faces and stuff like that. Some of the programs I used to work for, they used to tell me, yo, how do you do it? How do you do it? I tell them, you have to put down that quote unquote book knowledge because they don't listen to that there. If you're not from where they from, they already see through all that manipulation. You know what I mean? I call what I got street knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Street university. You know, this is what been getting me by all these years. Safe sound, and you know, of course, you go through your little things out there in the street. But a true lion will stand firm. Excuse me. It is supporting me, and I'm on right now. This ready? Yes, it's done.
Okay, well, I don't know. I just came here because I said.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's important right now. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Apologize.
No problem,
So
no problem.
now what happens is that once we able to, you know, grab them up, sit them down, take them through our life travels, they could see us differently. I had a young man told me straight up, hey, yo, listen, Ty, all that stuff you saying, that's real fine and dandy. But right now, I'm on my gully shit. I got to do my thing. You know what I mean? But you know what I told him? I said, I respect you to the fact that you could be honest enough about that. Everybody don't change right then and there. Sometimes it's a process. A lot of times it's a process. But we got to hold the court for that process until they do change. So we don't have a conversation with them today, and then being that that brother told me what he told me, I don't even check in with him tomorrow or the next day. I continue checking in with him until his narratives change. Guess what? 6 months down the line, his narrative changed.
Tell him.
Why did it change? Because he got caught with a banger. He was about to go on the island for a little minute, and then he ended up on the island. Who was his first call to? Yeah, me. You know what I mean? Straight up. You know who I went to go visit? Yeah, him. You know what I mean? But then you know what happened when he came out? He didn't want it no more. You know what I mean? He didn't want it no more. And that's not saying that he was a punk, no sucker, nothing like that, because he got a strong back as well. But he's seen other ways through the knowledge and wisdom that we give to our younger brothers and sisters to help change their life. We don't want them to follow the same footstep that we follow, because a lot of us, we thank God that we out here talking about it right now. Because I personally, me, myself, seen people die and seen, I can't say the places, but yeah, in certain locations, I seen people laid out. That could have been me. That could have been you. That could have been you. You see what I'm saying? So now we out here to make that difference. To build on real quick about my Abu, Uni, I have some good news. Even though he did link up with you and he gave you that news in the yard, well, I guess good news to the universe for now. You know what I mean? I spoke with the representative 2 days ago, you know, because he can't receive calls right now. But well, let me back up a little bit for those that didn't really know what's going on with him. You know, he got diagnosed with bone marrow cancer, you know, and that was like a couple of months ago. So he went through a chemo treatment and stuff, and that wasn't successful. So being that I wasn't successful, they went to the next stage and that was with that transplant, when they flush out the blood and change the blood,
bone marrow, maybe. What is it?
Yeah, he went through that, but it's a good thing though, because it reversed, you know what I mean? They cleaned it out and they said that he's good for now, you know? So he just got to keep checking in every 6 months or whatever to make sure that, you know, everything's still pushing forward, you know? So that's the good news about that. I'm just waiting to hear from him once they give him more, you know, some phone time and stuff, but they still keeping him monitored and stuff, you know how that go. But for the most part, I'm still learning about my father through all of y'all. And the foul thing is that I didn't know about him all these years because of, you know, the powers that be. They was trying to keep the political babies separated from the families and stuff. And, you know, shout out to my sister Shakur and Mo Preem, my brother. They taught me things that they went through when they was looking for my dad. They told me about them boys kicking down the doors and stuff like that. The letter boys kicking down the doors, pulling out the babies and everything from, you know, the people of the movement and stuff. So my mother chose to have me underneath a different name and everything. And if I didn't ask, you know, well, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about it. And then we know we could elaborate more. You'll see it on the documentary. If it wasn't for this man on a train when I came home, when I stood up I was sitting on the platform and he was sitting and he kept looking at me. So the first thing in my mind, this dude, son, I'm jumping in his mouth type of thing. So when the bell, when it's time to get off the train, I stood up, he stood up. So I said, all right, I see what this is about to be. So this man said, excuse me, sir, are you Dr. Mutulu Shakur, son? And in the back of my mind, I said, here we go with this again. Because I've been hearing this growing up, but nobody never told me anything, you know? And mind you, the man lived right next door to me. My father, Mutulu, lived right next door to me. All my life, didn't know it, you know? And I was playing all up in his house with, I thought was the next door neighbors and stuff like that. Come to find out, those are my niece, my cousins, my aunts, and my uncles, stuff like that. So, you know, all that's going to unfold. Yeah, y'all about to see some crazy documentary in a minute. But so when that man asked me that, I told him, nah, I'm sorry, I don't know the man. So then he looked at me, he just shook his head like, wow, that type of scenario. Yeah. So when as I'm going up on the platform, up the stairs, something told me to turn around and look. I turned around, this man is still in the middle of the platform, just staring at me, like shaking his head, like, wow, right? So I said, that's it. I'm going to go upstairs and call my mom and ask her the infamous question, you know? So first thing I did, I was like, hey, yo, mom, I didn't say yo, mom, because, you know, I got respect for my parents, my elders. So I said, ma, I got to ask you a question. She said, what's that? I said, well, I never met my father before. She said, you never met such, and she gave me a name that, you know, was supposed to be my father. I said, listen, have you ever introduced me to it before? I never seen this man a day in my life. I never heard his voice or nothing like that. So now she said, he was just running around. I never could get up with him and stuff. I said, let me ask you the real question I want to ask you. I said, is it possible that Dr. Mutulu Shakur is my biological father? She paused for a second. She said, yes, son. Yes, that is your biological father. Sorry. I said, nothing to be sorry about. I'm not going to stop until I find him. So when I went to work, when I went to work, I asked the receptionist, me and her was real cool. I said, I need you to look up this name for me. And when she looked up the name, she sent it to me. And then I started writing him a letter right then and there. When I wrote him the letter, I didn't tell him that he was my biological father. I was asking him and I was telling him a lot of people that I do know that we both know together. Because me growing up, all I used to hear about is Jarrell this, Jarrell that. I didn't know who the heck this person was, but it's a household name, neighborhood name, boroughs to boroughs name. So I was like, who the heck is this dude? So, and I'm talking about I'm 11, 12, 13 years old, stuff like that. So as time going on, the name changed from Jarrell to Mutulu Shakur. I was like, what's going on here? So then once, you know, the breaking news, when they captured him and stuff, that's when, you know, the revelation came about. Like, oh, snap, because now his face is on the screen and stuff like that. Now I'm seeing who this Jarrell person that they talking about. So now everybody in the family are frantic and stuff. Like, you know, why y'all acting like this for this man here? Come to find out, it wasn't just a man. He was family. You know what I'm saying? But so now when I asked my mother that, she was like, I'm sorry that I didn't tell you stuff like that. Okay, so getting back to the letter. When I wrote the letter to him, I didn't tell him that he was my father. I was telling the people that I knew, so forth, so on. So after I did that, I sent the letter. At the end of it, I said, is it possible that you might be my biological father? So then right after that, like maybe a week later, I get a letter back. And on the letter, it said, wow, I finally found my son. I'm never going to lose contact with you again. Here's your family's names and numbers. And first on the list was Afeni Shakur. Next on the list, Setra Shakur, Mopreme Shakur, all the way down the list. You know what I mean? And sure enough, I called. As soon as I called Setra, she said, wow, I was waiting to hear from you. Mommy got some plane tickets for you and your wife to come and visit. Word. So we got out there. When we got out there, we had an Antoine Fisher moment. Everybody from all over, you know, family and friends piled up just to meet a brother, you know what I'm saying? And I was truly honored. And then that's when, I mean, it was a nice function and it lasted for a little while, but then it came to a point of time that it was getting late. So my sister Setra, she grabbed me and my wife's arm and rushed us down to the boardwalk. She was like, come on, we gotta go see mommy real quick before she go to sleep. If we could see her again tomorrow, but she might get some rest now. So we go down there, and in my mind, I was like, wow, I'm about to meet the famous Afeni Shakur in my head, you know what I'm saying? Because I know what type of, you know, strong lady she is, and come to find out she's family, I can't wait to sit at her foot, you know what I mean? So when I got there, she was sitting on the couch, and then when I came through the door, she stood up and she took both her hands, put it on my face, looked me up and down. I don't know, it seemed like she was trying to, you know, not smell me, not in a negative way, but you know, certain people, okay, like so certain people be like, damn, so much stuff going on. Pardon me for that. So what happened was when she looked me up and down and she brought her face close to me, she said, wow, you are one of ours. She gave me a big embrace. She went to the a photo cabinet and she took out 2 pictures. One was with my father, Tupac, and my sister Setra, and another one was with Setra and Tupac, right? I still got them to this day. I just put them away. And then that's when she sat me down. And then she said, listen, I need you to do me a favor. I said, what's that, Mama Faye? She said, I need you to go home and I need you to tell your mother that you love her and you're not mad at her. I didn't understand why she said that because I never expressed my true feelings on how I felt about all this. Because I don't care. Every child's supposed to know who their parent is, whether they the richest person in the world or the worst off person in the world. That's your parent. And that's it. And whichever happens after that happens. I didn't get that liberty. You know what I mean? So when she told me that, I said, Mama Faye, why would you tell me something like that? And I never even had a conversation with you before. She said, listen, your mother had to have been a stronger lady than a lot of us to keep you underneath the wrap for this long. And you would not have known who your father was and the rest of your family is if you did not ask that question. Your mother, I guess your mother wasn't going to lie to you if you was to have asked, but she wasn't going to tell you either. You know what I mean? So do I still feel some type of resentment and bitterness up inside here? Yeah, because I have to learn about my Abu through all of y'all. And that's a beautiful thing. And I appreciate y'all because why? Y'all so genuine on giving that information. Y'all so humble. I mean, there's brothers and sisters that, you know, they were like, yo, listen, Meet up with me here. I need to really vibe with you about your family, about your father and stuff. This is information that you need to know, so forth, so on. You know, so many beautiful stories. I haven't really heard not one negative one. Only negative stories that I hear are from the opposites. You know what I'm saying? The opposaries. And that's just a small portion just to keep him where he is. So now, videos like this and other platforms that really push the true man of Dr. Mutulu Shakur, that's where the narrative will shift to where it should be. You don't hear them speaking about he's the first black man of acupuncture. You don't hear them speaking about how he run up in a burning building and save babies, a burning church rather, to save babies and take the babies out and put them back in the mother's hands because everybody else was scared to run up in that burning church. You follow I'm coming from?
Yeah,
you don't hear about how he went out there to Africa to fight for the liberation of the peoples and stuff. Yeah, don't get me started, Huey. All right, yeah, go ahead.
No,
I got you. I've been doing my homework a little bit.
I just want to add on that because we were sitting down one day, me and your father was sitting down one day in front of Chow Hall, and whenever he's with me, I always tell everybody to get away. Let me talk to Unique. You know what I mean? Because, you know, he already know I get a little reckless, and you know, y'all see my energy. I bring the energy out of him. You know what I mean? So when he ran everybody off, you know what I mean? He pulled out a stack of pictures and put them on the table. So when he handed me the pictures and I'm looking through it, I see this black dude with a leather jacket, because you might have seen this picture. And it's a white dude laying down, or a Chinese dude laying down on his back, got his arms off, and there's a black man massaging him, and there's pins all in him. So I said, who the hell is this? What is this? And he said, nah, that's me. You know, I'm the one that started acupuncture. I said, them Chinese and Europeans allowed you to stick needles in them? They must have really trusted you, old man. And we laughed like a mother. He said, that's why I told him to get away, because I never know what you're going to say out your mouth, Unique. I said, nah, but you see with needles in the Chinese, man, in the 70s? Go ahead. Hey, Bo.
Yeah, they let him have his needles in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
And like, you gotta understand the USP, they let a guy have certain things, like they got to have an element of respect and trust and all that, right? But let me say this, man, when this first came on, right, and I saw you, I thought you was your father anyway, right?
Me too.
You know what I mean? You tried to warn me.
Pardon me to cut your wisdom off real quick, because I'm going to forget. Mo, he asked me about you too. I swear to God he did. I'm dead serious. So we're going to build with that off air. All right, cool. Yeah, now it connects.
There you go, man.
He tried to warn me. He said, man, he looks just like his father. But when it came on, I'm thinking he putting like a picture up to let the people know who he going to be talking about, right? Until you start moving. I said, oh, shit. I said, yeah, man, you got love. And like when Athena, it's an African tradition, right? When Athena took your face in her hands, right? Right, she's basically testing your spiritual aura, right? You know what I mean? And she's basically saying you one of ours. She's saying because of that connection, she's gonna tell, right? Whether or not you who you are. It's better than a DNA test, right? You know what I mean? And but when you look at the life in a broader sense, he says a phrase that says, man may plan, but God is the best of planners. So when you look and you saying that I didn't know who my father was, you understand? And you saying I am who I am today without that knowledge. You understand? You saying, okay, and everything that I went through was something I needed to go through in order to be what I am today. It's a story, if you have a minute, where you take a block of steel, right? And you put it in the fire and you wait until it gets white hot. Then you pull it out and pound it, because you're gonna make a sword. You're gonna make a sword. The sword got to be perfectly balanced. It's got to be sharp to the degree that you want it to be, right? It needs to be. You saying, but the pounding, the fire, the grinding that this got to go through in order to produce this sword. If the sword could talk, it probably wouldn't have anything to say good about that pounding and that grinding and that fire. But it couldn't be what it is without it. You understand? So everything that you went through to be who you are, you understand? You saying, how can I be upset with it if it made me what I am? You understand? Why should I have any kind of animosity or resentment towards everything I went through if it made me what I am and I love what I am? You understand? See, as a child, we may not have the picture of today how we wanted to be. We said, I ain't that guy that I wanted to be when I was 10, but I'm happy with the guy that I've become. You understand? So you looking and you saying that everything that you went through in life was a necessary thing. You understand? In order to bring you to where you at today, and you make the best of where you at. And you not just your physical resemblance of your father, but a lot of things that you saying out of your mouth, your mindset is so close to his. With me? You understand? It's so close to his. But his perception of life is a perception that will allow him to be who he is, even if he's underwater, even if he's buried alive. See, he's not going to let the exterior change his interior. With me? Like you had the phrase about the thermometer and the thermostat. See, the thermometer is only going to read based upon what the environment is. If it's hot, the thermometer goes up. If it's cold, the thermometer goes down. But the thermostat dictates the environment. It don't react to the environment. It sets the environment. You understand? It controls the environment. Well, your father a thermostat. He's not a thermometer. You understand? He don't let the environment dictate what he do. You understand? But he makes the environment do what he dictates. See, man can change himself to fit his environment, or he can change his environment to fit himself. And oftentimes, we got to do a little both. But when you're standing on principle, you oftentimes, more than often, find yourself changing the environment to fit you. You understand? And it ain't something that you sit down at a table and draw out plans and strategy. You change the environment to fit you just by being you. You understand? Principle, when you principle centered, when you're doing things predicated upon principle, then in a battle between principle and emotions, emotions never win. In a battle between principles and carnal desires never win. So your father is a man of principle. You understand? And that alone makes him a thermostat. You understand? And in spite of the fact that you didn't know him coming up, you understand? You saying something inside of you was so strong and it kept you on a certain course, even though it looked like you were off course. You understand? So the pounding that you went through, the grinding that you went through, them old hot moments when you were in the fire for X amount of years, they were necessary moments. You understand? To help mold and shape you to the person that you are today. Why would I resent that?
Right there.
You know what I mean? What is there to resent?
That.
You understand?
Second,
if I know that everything was for a purpose. Everything, you know, so when you look, you saying now you got an individual that don't like who he is, then he can resent everything he went through because he's somewhere he did different. You understand? But when you love who you are, ain't nowhere in the world you can resent what went into making you that.
That's a fact.
And this is what I love so much about this guy, right? Unique.
Yes.
Like, funny as it seemed, like he people think of him unique, and they hear that as that's just a name like Joe, Michael, Billy, right? But when I say unique, I'm saying because he is unique. Even in his madness, he was unique. He was a unique kind of crazy, right? He was a unique kind of crazy, right? The way he moved in this madness, though it was madness, it was unique. You understand? So now when he's sitting on this platform, and this platform, though it may appear to be similar to maybe other platforms, it's really not. It's really unique.
Pardon me for a second. I might have to go off cam for a second, but I'll try to come right back. All right?
Then we'll pull you
right.
off, and me and Mo gonna talk till you get back, big bro. When you're ready, I'll be able to see you on the bottom and we bring you in, all right?
All right, all right. Give me a
Come
minute.
right back, big bro. Got you. All right.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead, Mo.
Yeah, and I'm saying, man, that the ideas, you understand, that you are at this particular platform, right? You understand, is see, a lot of people, like, they want you to fail. You understand? Even they, and a lot of times they are really not truly aware of how much they want you to fail. You understand? So whenever you come up with an idea or a design, you understand, people who have mixed feelings and controversy, you understand, one of the signs that it is a great idea is that there will be mixed feelings and controversy. You can tell a lot about a person by its enemy. You saying that this person disagrees with what I'm doing, it must be I'm doing something right. If this person over here has something negative to say about what I'm doing, then it must be because I'm doing something right. I worry when this guy over here says something good about what you're doing. Because if he thinks it's good, oh shit, we got a problem, right? You understand? When an individual complains about something that you have decided to do, you saying, okay, you supposed to complain. You supposed to think that this ain't a good idea. You supposed to do these things because you are who you are and I am who I am. You understand? So the idea is that pay attention, that your enemies is going to help explain and define and clarify who you are. You understand? Like, it's nowhere in the world this person and that person can like you or like what you do. It just can't work. You understand? So it's just, and it's always going to be some people who don't. You understand? It's never going to be a situation where everybody is pleased. You understand? So you saying if you're trying to please everyone, mission impossible. You understand? You saying that if I'm trying to do something that pleases you as opposed to help you. See, advice is supposed to help, not necessarily to please. You understand? So when you're doing a program, you're saying your objective stays focused on trying to help. You understand? Not necessarily trying to please, right? So, and you got people who see something, you say, okay, you're criticizing this. But in your criticism, you're revealing two things. One, you're revealing that you watched it. You understand? You watched it. You understand? So it can't be all that bad if you watched it. You understand? And your negative comments will promote it, because all the people you're talking to about it wouldn't even have heard of it had you not negatively promoted it. But you're promoting it. You understand? So thank you. Thank you. I don't have a problem with you disagreeing and promoting. You understand? Now, if you coming back to me with your negativity, is it because you want me to pay you for your promotion? You understand? Because in this world we living in, everybody gets paid for what they do. You understand? Some get paid millions of dollars. Some get paid respect. And some get paid no goddamn mind. You understand? So you saying, I'll pay you. I'm going to pay you what you're worth. You understand? So when I do pay you, be very in mind, I'm going to give you the pay that you deserve. You know what I mean? So you got some people who are in the pay you no mind category. You understand? You got some people in the pay you respect category. Some people you just can pay attention. You understand? But they all got to get paid, man. You understand? You'd be remiss in your duty if you won't pay them, right? You understand? So understand that, man. And those who deserve to be paid no mind, man, pay them no mind, man. You know what I mean? And continue to do what you do, right? And help who you help. Now, we understand that the young minds today, not just young minds, human beings, the way the human mind works. See, because no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. You understand? So when you're saying, man, I'm saying it, I'm living it, I'm acting on it, And I'm saying you showing that you care about the youth. You understand? You showing that you care about those individuals who are at risk to go through what you're ready to go through. You understand? And those individuals who see that you care, then they're interested in what you know. Those who don't, man, it's out your hands. You understand? It's out your hands. So don't deny those who need your help, because there are those who are needed but unaware of the fact that they do. Right? So the haters doesn't hurt you. The haters hurt those who you're trying to get to. You understand? So consequently, when you walked out the door, you understand the old phrase, the haters revved up their engines. You understand? They revved up their engines, you know what I mean? Because they was getting ready to do it. Some people hate people that they never even met. Why? Because it's attributes and qualities that they are just programmed not to like, man. You know what I mean? And there's certain qualities that you're programmed to love. So when you see those qualities in people, whoever the person is, you extend a certain degree of love, right? You understand? So again, no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. But let me add this one thought. A lot of times we talk about choices, right? And we don't consider the reality, and the system doesn't wake our people to the reality that all choices are predicated upon values and needs. You understand? That means that if I teach a child to value health, then I don't have to worry about the choices that he makes, because his choices will be stemming from that value of health. I don't got to tell him don't shoot no dope if he values health. You understand? So we talk about choices, and in 1970, I was there, I witnessed it. When Nixon came into office, he made it his business to set upon an agenda that would make the victim feel responsible for his victimization. His objective was to make the victim feel that whatever happens to him was his fault. So what he did, he put a certain amount of money into the educational system to get them to start teaching that the individual is suffering because of choices that he made, without teaching them that his choices was being shaped by the values he was given. The child wasn't born valuing Nikes. He wasn't born valuing Mercedes. He wasn't born valuing the house with the picket fence on the hill. He was taught to value these things. He was taught to value how others see him. He was taught to value fitting in. He was taught to value how people laugh at him or embrace him. And then the system says, let me teach him and what he has to do to get that. You understand? Then I'm gonna tell him, oh, you made that choice. But before he could even spell the word choice, he was shaping his values so that the choices would be made. You understand? So when you look at it, Victor Hugo, Martin Luther King, no less, stated it. He quoted Victor Hugo. He said that when you place a people in darkness, they will commit sin and crime. Who do you blame? The person that committed the sin and crime, or the person that placed them in darkness? So the sin and crime is a residual from having been placed in darkness. You understand? So you're going to make the victim feel responsible for his victimization. You're going to place him in darkness. And then when he do what he does as a result of having been placed in darkness, you're going to sell him some bullshit that he made a choice. You understand? You're going to try to convince him that he made a choice, when in reality, you dictated the choices that he had to make. You limited and restricted his ability to choose.
Just to fill everybody in so y'all understand what's going on that came late. Today is Father's Day. Today is the first birthday for my youngest son that I'm a free man. The first birthday to my youngest son that I'm a free man. And I've been locked up 26 years. So I'm emotional about that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? the first birthday that I'm a free man outside of the prison to celebrate my son's birthday. And this is my celebration to my son. You understand? He's now doing 29 years in prison and been there 9 years. I am trying to save your son, your nephews, your nieces, your uncles, your aunts. I'm trying to save our people. I'm not trying to cause division. I'm trying to bring us together. You know what I mean? And that's what this channel is about. You know what I mean? That's why I brought Brother Mutulu up here to tell him about his father. I just met him last week, and the video that I'm dropping today, my tribute to his father that I know he's going to love. You understand? Because it came from my heart and soul. You understand? Because he helped to make me the man that I am to give you what I'm giving you today. He's a part of the genetic chemistry that created the mindset for me to sit here and do this. And so is Brother Mo. And so is Brother Appleby that's not here. Appleby did like 40 years, man. When I met him, he had 20 years in and I had 15 months in. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's just so much I'm going to get into later because I don't want to preach, but I want y'all to know y'all kept asking. I see they kept asking as far as what's today's mathematics they speaking. Yes, I was raised a 5%er from the streets of New York. You know what I mean? Today's mathematic is wisdom, understanding. Wisdom is wise words being spoken by wise men to civilize those that can't see. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm trying to help you see with your third eye. You understand what I'm saying? Which is understanding. So you understand that we can make a change, but we must come together. You understand? We must come together. So I reached out. You know what the prosecutor always said, and Mo could stamp this, and I'm sure he probably know in the state, but they said this in the feds. The prosecutor said, when we try and say, how are you going to get my co-defendant who did blase, blase, blase to testify against me and then take his word for it and tell that to the jury? The prosecutor said, because if you want to convict scum, you must go to the sewer. You understand what I'm saying? And they considered us all as scum. So I went to the sewer and I got what the prosecutors considered scum, which is all of us that destroyed the community. And the first thing I did was explain to them where I was at and that I'm trying to help the youth because I destroyed the community. I could admit that. Oh, you ready to admit that? And they was. And they moved forward with me like the cavalry to save you. For nothing. For nothing. So I want to thank all my people that I've interviewed on my channel. I've been home 90 days, 4 months at the most doing this. You understand what I'm saying? And everybody came out. That shows you my character after 26 years locked in a cage. You understand that? You know what I mean? So like I said, you know, today's mathematics is wisdom, understanding. You understand what I'm saying? With bonds, equality. Because you take 2, which is wisdom, and 3, which is understanding, put them together, and you have 6, which is equality. We're trying to bring equality to make us all equal, regardless of the choices we made in the past, man. Regardless of the choices we made when we faced the devil, looking at our freedom being taken from us. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to take you, like King Noble said, out of the triple state of darkness, man. You know, and yes, it disappointed me the other day. And then I thought about my son as I'm speaking, like, man, no one was there for my son. I'm trying to be there for theirs, and they can't see that. And that caused the emotional earthquake within me to create thunder and lightning, sparks from the energy within my heart for my people. And it erupted into liquid of tears of compassion for them. Tears of compassion for your brothers and sisters and nieces and nephews. Y'all don't even get a chance to hear me talk because I come up and I do my joint. And I first came on my platform with the fast talk, because that's what the youth understand. I have to communicate with the youth. Now that, you know what I mean, they know that I've done certain things on the street that brought me to a certain level on the street. They know that I'm qualified to speak my wisdom and understanding, to bring equality, to show that we all gods. You understand what I'm saying? And we must build, you know what I mean? And destroy, to show that, I'm gonna let you go right now, to show that we're born, you understand what I'm saying? To make a complete cipher. You understand? And that's us as a unity. Go ahead, Talib. Excuse me, family. Is this mic mute? Hold on. You're muted, homie. Go ahead. Excuse me. Go ahead. Say it again. You was muted.
Nah, that's real quick, but it's for your platform. Maybe you could have a platform where it's nothing but the youth speaking what they want out of life, what they want going on and stuff. And then we as the elders, well, the bigger homies, so what they call us, the bigger homies, that maybe we could elaborate with them, so we could be on the same page. There's a lot of times that we don't listen to them. We only know what we want from them. You know what I mean? Let's see what they want. Let's see the method on how they feel about getting it. And if we able to help them obtain it, that's what we do, Sometimes it's not a financial resource. We may have other resources that be able to connect them to the source that they want. Like, for example, on a mobile detailing unit, and I'll put it together for the strength of employing the youth, so they don't have to go out there to knock somebody over the head for a couple of dollars. You can't get part of, the program and stuff. It takes the Village Youth program, and we will make sure that you have some type of finances in your pocket, But the platform that you hold right now, Uni, yes, maybe, that might be an option. You probably thought about it already, but, I just verbalized it.
Okay, Mo, I'm gonna let you go right now. I want to answer his question. Big brother, I've been doing shows for my platform privately on here, like we're doing, where I've been mentoring the youth privately, that I have in my archive, like I have the Alpo video in my archive. You know what I mean? Until it's time for the people, when they're ready for it, when they're ready to accept it. You understand? For what it is, and not trying to create something that it isn't. You know what I mean? And for that, Chichina, we still got that joint that I did with the youth that night with Hassan. Big shout out to brother Hassan. The joint with me, Hassan, and the 5 or 6 youth was up there and we were speaking. You know what I mean? We didn't hear that one yet, right? Huh? Okay, right now, for what you just said, I'm going to air on my other channel. That's how hard I'm pushing for y'all. I'm going to air on my other channel only, Unique Mecca Audio TV, a joint that I did where I had a round table, as they call it, on here with like 6 or 8 young men, and me and brother Hassan was talking to them about the changes and what they want in life. I'm going to air that. Matter of fact, put it up now while we're talking. So when y'all done, you go to Unique Mecca Audio TV and check that out. You know what I mean? Just so, we can't do it while I'm in StreamYard. Okay. So when we're done, we're going to air that at Unique Mecca Audio TV. So you're not going to see it over here. I want to bring all this stuff over there so I can just leave this other stuff over here. So we get that learning channel over there. Go ahead, Mo. Excuse me.
Hey, look, check this out, right? You was there when I created the Leadership Dynamic program, right? Mm-hmm. See, one of the key to leadership dynamic, when you sitting at a table like we're sitting here talking now, and we leaders, right? And you come up with an idea like the brother just came up with, wonderful idea, right? Let me say that again, beautiful idea, right?
Thank you.
What people tend to miss is that the idea came in his head. He projected it to your head, as opposed to him doing it. He pushed it to you to do his idea. You understand? First mistake. You understand? In reality, the idea came to him, and with the idea comes a responsibility. See, if you have the ability, then you have the responsibility. You understand? To take care of that. Now,
can I answer that real quick?
In his head is way bigger than what he just pushed. It's so much more there. Right?
Let me answer that real quick, Mo.
Is that I want
let me answer that real quick. Yeah, that was the idea, my idea. However, I know that Uni have a much bigger platform than I that can reach more individuals.
Then create the idea and bring it to his platform. See, in other words, check out what I'm saying, right? The ideas that came to his mind is evolving, it's growing, right? I mean, they are in bloom with it. You saying that as other leaders sit down and they all come up with ideas, you saying, okay, your responsibility, because the creator put that idea in your head. We have a bad habit all of us, that we project our ideas into other people, and we project it in a way to get them to do it. We even tell mom, look, Mo, you can do.
Hold up
For a second. Let me finish. Right. So if all of us create a program, right, and we can launch it off his. He can even give us some guidance in what he did to help do what you want to do. But I want to be able to turn this on and be able to come to your program and his program. And you understand? I want to be able to see a variety of programs with different faces doing what they know the creator gave them to do, right? You understand? Like, and especially you being the son of such a great one, right? I know for a fact that just your spirit alone, you understand, will carry that joint to, and if they correlate, if they connect, you can bring them together at some particular point, and even
that's what I have done. I have done that thus far. That's how I started off this program, you know, vibing about certain youth that I have mentored and changed their lives around. And no, the work don't stop there. We continue going. And you made a valuable point all through that conversation you were just having with us just now. However, again, I know that Uni's platform is more profound because I'm not into social media. I'm not really out here. I mean, it took a genuine man like him to have me out here like this right now. I don't know the next time I'm going to be out. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, we need to be more out to really help the youth, and I'm willing to do that. So yes, Mo, you know everything you said was 110%, brother.
Okay, see, that's what I just said, Mo. I think y'all missed it. I do those programs. I've been doing those and was gonna edit them to put them out. As far as me talking to the youth, I'm getting ready to put one on as soon as we get off that we already had. You know what I mean? So you can see us communicating as black men when we agree to disagree. You know what I mean? But we push forward with the message. You know what I mean? And I'm going to share it on Unique Mecca Audio TV. Please put that on the screen so they know that we get ready to put it up when we get off of here on Unique Mecca Audio TV. And like Brother Talib said, I bring men out, you know what I mean, that want to help the youth. And I don't care who they are. I don't care what y'all think of them. You know what I mean? Because
hey, hold up a minute, man. Let me see. I got to answer this.
Go ahead, big bro. Go ahead. Let me pull you off while you answer that. Come back when you're ready, Mo. Yeah. So y'all can understand that. You know what I mean? I'm here with the son of one of my mentors, one of my many mentors. You understand what I'm saying? Because I listened. You know what I mean? But they didn't know I was listening. You know what I mean? Your father knew I was listening because he had a unique way of dealing with me because I think he had a problem child growing up. You know what I mean? But he fully understood me. And I mean, like I said, he'll send for me like the house was on fire. You know, he'll go to the window and he start flapping his arms to get somebody in the window because we in the yard, we segregated because, you know, we in a maximum security prison. And your pops in my window raised his hand and they can't hear what he's saying. But they know he waving his hands mean get unique. You know what I mean? So now he need me to come out on the next move. So I go on the next move and he shared things with me about Chaz, like when Chaz passed, he shared that with me too. Because I was there. You understand what I'm saying? And he said he wasn't mad at anything because he did great things and he's going back to the essence. You know? But like I said again, so y'all understand what this programming is about. Today, this program here today is a tribute to the fathers. Today is like my Father's Day because this is my first day as a free man for my son that's 27 years old. And I did 26 years in prison away from him. But like I said, the ugly side to the game to that is he's in prison doing 29 years and I can't see him physically free again for another 20 years. So when I get to hold my son for the first time as a free man, when we're both free men, I'll be 70. You know what I mean? And he'll be 40 something, 50 years old when I get to hold my son. So if you can't,
you'll be close to my age. Huh?
Yeah. So if you can't understand how passionate this is for me to try and save your son, I don't know what to tell you, man. And like I said, I'm not getting nothing for this. And as long as the youth, like my man Philly Blunt, good brother, he's always there. And Philly Blunt, I really want you to come in for a quick second, or I'll bring you in Wednesday night when I do when I do my prison talk, so that they could see that I am touching the youth. I want you to meet the youth that I'm touching with this YouTube. You know what I mean? Not the people trying to grab views and play these games, because I don't care about views. I care about Philly Blunt and the other brothers that want help, that want to change, because I didn't want to change until I wanted to change. And like I said, Guy Fisher, hey Mo, you remember Guy when we was in Allenwood? You know what I mean? I gave a tribute to Guy, and I was letting him know about how, you know, like you took your time to mentor me. You know, I'm going on a visit, I'm bringing in the thing, and I'm doing all types of harangue. I'm all over the place. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the older brothers that been down 20 years before me is looking at me like I'm a nut. But this is my generation. We came up in the crack era hustling. So they put me in the prison. I did what I grew up to do, hustle. Yeah. And I don't care if it's in the prison or in hell with gasoline drawers on. I'm going to sell those drawers. That's what we do, you know? Yeah. No, Mutulu is not in Florence, King Noble. He's in a hospital somewhere, but I left him. He went from Victorville
Kentucky, to Lexington, Kentucky. Lexington, Kentucky. That's where he's at.
That's a hospital that's treating him for cancer.
Hey, how old is Mutulu now?
71.
Told you. Hey, I get to tease him. 71.
Say it again.
71.
Oh, he's younger than me.
Hey, yeah.
I ain't know he was younger. I thought he was older than me, man.
Hey, Talib, I'm gonna tell you like this, right? When I first came to Allenwood, like I said, when Guy and Underwood and the OGs try to talk to me like I'm trying to talk to the youth now, I didn't want to hear none of that. You know what I mean? But my man Mo, he worked with me. Me and Mo, so you understand, quick rundown so you know who Mo is and how I met Mo. The same day they sent me to Lewisburg, they sent him there. We was on the bus together in Lewisburg. You know what I mean? Then they put us in the same dorm, but I didn't know him. I go to the hole in Lewisburg. You understand what I'm saying? For like 8 9s behind the clock or something. You know what I mean? In the room that I was in the dorm room. But when I get up there, and all I'm worried about, because my mind is so twisted, is I got a phone, and somebody told me that Mo was running my phone. You know what I mean? I'm in prison talking about my phone. And the phone was even a rotary dial phone where you put da 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 da. And I'm talking about it's my phone. So now people coming to the window yelling up, yo, that old dude Mo, he done took your phone, son. You know what I mean? They doing all this social media gossip. You know? So now I come out, I go get the joint. I'm ready to go Mo, because I just know Mo trying me because he knows my phone. I don't care if I'm going 60 to 8, that's my phone. When I came back to the unit, Mo called me in the room and he handed me the phone. You know, we take the wire out that joint so nobody uses it. You know what I mean? We ain't use it. But Mo took the joint out the joint. I'm going in the room. He handed my phone. He said, y'all held it down for so you wouldn't have to kill one of these dudes for trying to take it. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how I met Mo. But I came out the home ready to go to war with Mo because of the social media gossip that Mo took my phone. When Mo was preventing me from getting murdered or catching a body. You understand? And that's how I met Mo to listen to Mo. Mo had so many books on his bed. You understand? You couldn't even sit on his bed. He couldn't sit on his bed during the day. I asked him, where do you sleep? He put the prayer rug on the bed. Yeah, I'm giving you game up. He put the prayer rug on. He got 50 books on the bed every day. And he's sitting there reading and highlighting and doing it all day. Like 10 different books at one time. You understand what I'm saying? And at night, he moved them over and lay down and sleep with his books. Rest in peace to my uncle, David Hyatt, that brought out R. Kelly. He did the same thing. He had his law papers all over the bed. He died of cancer in 2016, right before the clemency was about to kick off. David Hyatt died in cancer. Died in Butner of cancer. And when he died, they said that his whole bed was scattered with legal papers because he fought to his last breath. Because those are the men that raised me. And I was willing to fight to my last breath. But I'm not mad at anyone that wasn't willing to do that or didn't do that. Because that was my choice. That's what made me sleep good at night. You understand what I'm saying? And that's all that matters to me. So I don't judge nobody. I respect everybody. Like I said, rest in peace, Chaz. But we've been on here a long time, man. If anybody wants to tap it off, just so y'all know, this, you know, we've been on here beautiful, man. We're going to come back together. Probably get Mo to come on the prison talk on Wednesday night if he feel like it. You know, we're going to do, yeah. All right, well, Philly Blunt, you on Wednesday night. I got a young man that's going to come on Wednesday, Mo. I've been reading his comments. I haven't said anything to him. I just been reading his comments because I wanted to make sure I was really reaching them. And Philly Blunt, I'm going to give y'all the real. You know what I mean? I sat here and I broke down in tears in front of you from my disappointment that I'm trying to save someone else's kid, and they wouldn't allow me when no one tried to save mine. And then I remembered Philly Blunt reading this post, and I saw the post he made over at Miss T page. Thank you, Miss T. You know what I mean? But I saw the post he made over there, and he made the same type of comment over there, where he said he put up all kinds of negative comments about Alpo on my page when I put the video with me and him. And after listening to what Alpo had to say, you know what I mean? You know, he took down the negative comments down, because that's what it's about. I'm not bringing him up there for negative comments. I'm bringing him up there for the youth, like Philly Blunt. He's 38. I got kids 38, so he's the youth to me. I got kids his age, you know? And like I said, if I reach one, I'm happy. And that's why I'm here today, and I decided to do this show. And I'm glad Philly Blunt stepped in, even though he came late. You know what I mean? I love you, brother. I'm not going to let you down. I'm going to keep pushing the best that I can. But this social media is new to me. I'm from an era where men speak to men and we respect, you know, their stance. And it's not a disrespect to disagree. It's an honor to meet a man to disagree with me. It's an honor for a man to disagree with me, because that means he has his own mind and he could give me something. You can't give me nothing if everything out my mouth is, yes, sir, yeah, you the man. You know what I mean? I don't need that. I need men that speak their mind. You understand what I'm saying? And that's it. And you know, that's just what I wanted to share, man. Yo, Philly Blunt, thank you, my brother. You know what I mean? You brought me back with this positive energy because it's my son's birthday. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, this is my first, not unfortunately, but luckily, God willing, today is my first day of free man since he's been born on his birthday. This is the first birthday that I have been a free man since my son was born. And now I got to wait another 20 years for him to be out here with me. And he waited 20 years for me to get here. That's why this is passionate to me. That's why I broke down. And yeah, I'm a kingpin, but I'm a father first. I'm a father first. You know, I'm a man and I'm a father. You understand what I'm saying? Just so y'all understand where we at. You understand? So if y'all want to say something to close out, man, I just want y'all to know, thank everybody for watching. Tell a friend to check this joint out. Too many jewels in this to miss it. Wednesday night prison talk, and then we're changing grown folks talk to 9 o'clock on Fridays because the time went back and everybody been liking it. So, you know, Lily been coming up. Lily come back this week. Dre's coming back. You know what I mean? I'm going to grab somebody else to bring up there, man. You understand what I'm saying? But like I said, everybody come out for me because they know I'm coming for a positive cause. And they know I was a good man. I helped them back in the day. And now they're here to help me that I came out on my knuckles. And I'm not coming out till I got $1 million. I did this and I did that. No, but I had to tell you about the 255 keys, the 25 keys a day in New York, and all this negative stuff. So you'll know that I did that. And I've changed. So if I change, you could change. You know what I mean? Yeah, own person, send your email real quick. We get ready to end, man. I'm going to let you come in real quick. You know what I mean? If we can get you in, send it to Mecca Stream. If you do it in the next 5 minutes before the good brothers get their pound out, because maybe we get another quick topic, I'd like you to come in, or you could come in Wednesday night, you know what I mean, at 9 o'clock with Philly Blunt. A matter of fact, any one of my guests, we're going to do it Wednesday, on Peso, because you always represent too, man, because you want to change. You want to help the community. Anybody that wants to be on my platform on Prison Talk on Wednesday or Grown Folks Talk on Friday, male or females, looking for more females, because I want the females to talk to the brothers to express their sensitive side. Because I've been around men all these years, so I'm not as sensitive, because like most said, I was a little wild. You know what I mean? So I'm out here and I'm trying to get used to it. You know what I mean? And like I said, I get frustrated because I'm not from this generation where people do things and not tell you in your face. I'm not into that. And it's not a disrespect, I'm just telling you. So this social media is new to me, and I'm letting you know, give me a chance to get used to it. And anyone that I offended on here, I apologize, because that's not what this platform is for. The platform is to uplift the youth and save your children. That's what my platform is for. That's it. I'm not getting no money for this. I'm not getting anything for this. Some of my videos that I do on Prison Talk get 2,000 or 3,000 views, and I'm happy because I look at the comments, and that's what means something to me. The people that I'm touching. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Go ahead.
Wendy,
send the
sometimes we
emails.
just
Put
got
the
to
email
agree
up
to
there again. Let me
disagree,
take this
right?
off, please. Yeah.
Like sometimes we just got to agree to disagree, right? My very existence offends certain people. I mean, I know that because we diametrically opposed to one another, right? So if I offend you, I want you to know I meant it. But the idea is that the objective, man, is to stand on what you stand and continue, man, to do what you do, man. Real, like I said in the beginning, I'm proud of you, man, right? And I really think, man, that a lot of people that you left behind is some kind of way they could see this, because I tell them when they reach out to me what you're doing, right? And if they could see this would be inspiration for a lot of guys that's on the turn coming out, because they can't believe that they can do all else. Just to be able for them to see you doing this would be a hell of an encouragement for them to, right? Because once you dream of doing something and then that dream come true, you don't look at your dreams the same way no more. You recognize that your dreams are possible. You understand? So other people looking at you, you understand, doing what it is that you set out to do, it encouraged them and make them believe in their self-efficacy that they can do what they set out to do, right? You know what I mean? Especially you coming from where you come from. Like I told you earlier, man, that you can't measure an individual by where he's at. You measure him by where he came from. See, if an individual born with a silver spoon in his mouth and you see him with this, that, and the third, he didn't do any work to get it. But when you look at an individual and like he comes from a point where he couldn't read, he couldn't write, couldn't think outside of a certain box, and then he grows out of that. This is what makes Malcolm X so powerful, contrary to popular belief, because you know he was big red. You know that he couldn't read. You know that he studied. You know that he's a self-made man in this context. So I think a lot of times when a person look at what you have done and they don't stop to consider where you come from and how far you had to go to get there, they can't really appreciate the true growth. That's why I say I'm proud of it.
Thank you.
You understand? Because I remember when you were stuck on stupid, right? You understand? And I remember, man, that, you know what I mean, how you make certain progress, then almost like a relapse, and make certain progress and relapse, but you never really lost sight of where you were headed for, right? You understand? And to be able to do that and to continue, you know, I remember when you didn't even know you was in prison, really. You thought you was still on the corner up on such and such, and you got people coming to you like, you know, that you want to be a kingpin in the jail. And you understand? And I remember when you know what I mean, I remember, man, when, you know, you how you get out slowly, and people, you slowly evolved out of it, right? To where you at today, man, from where you were, that's like monumental. You know what I mean? That's monumental right now. Everywhere I go, as you know, right, I just, like you use the term mentor. Wayne Perry and them use the term mentor. You know, they consider me their mentor. I don't, I just consider myself your brother. You understand? You know what I mean? No more. You know what I mean? I can understand the word mentor, but I understand the history of mentor. You understand? I know that mentor was a story of it, but at the same time, no problem. You know what I mean? I just want to say, man, again, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care, right? And when you talk about how much you care about this generation and the next, you know, and the future, you know, bam, I come up in a period where you had people who were afraid of the youngest, and then you had people who were afraid for the youngest. You understand? See, those who were afraid of them talked about them behind their back. Those who were afraid for them was up in their face, because they was afraid that they would do something that would cause them their life or worse. So they're afraid for them. When they got on them and chastised them and whatever, right? We listened to the older dude because we know that he cared. You understand? Even if we didn't like what he was saying, we listened because we know that he cared. You understand? But the dude that was over in the corner talking about you behind your back and all that, they're afraid of you. We knew the difference. You understand? And the older dudes that was afraid of us, we carried them. The older dudes that was afraid for, you understand, they could come here, pop you upside the head and all that because you knew that they was worried about you. You understand? You saying, man, what's got to do with this? If I got locked up and did 100 years, you ain't got to do a day. But he's saying, man, not on my watch. You understand? You know what I mean? I'm not going to let you do this. And if I had to kick your ass, we like, man, what's wrong with this dude? And then we understood that it was because they cared. That was the way of them expressing they cared. You understand? So again, no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. You understand? So you just got to make it crystal clear, man, that you're more worried about what's going to happen to them if they don't get some help. See what I'm saying? It's not an issue of trying to save them. It's the issue of trying to make them aware where the quicksand is. Make them aware where the traps and the snares are. You understand? I've been down this road. I know where it's at. Let me help you here. Please. And again, all the dudes that I dealt with, you understand, if they didn't let me help them, I couldn't. So really the thanks and the honor is for them having let me help them. You understand? See, that's a whole different kind of thing. You understand? So all you asking is that they let you help them.
And that's it.
You understand? That you giving them something, let them help you help them. You understand? So even when they press the likes and the follows and the whatever, they're helping you help them. You understand? When they turn on this channel, whatever, they're helping you help them. You understand? Your parents and everybody should be helping you help them. You understand? And that's the key, man. You know, that's the key in a nutshell, right? You got a brother like in DC, a young kid. Well, he's younger than me, but then all of y'all are, right? The name Martin DeVoe. Remember that name, Martin DeVoe. They call him Mahdi. Sharp youngster. Well, he's young, but my young to me. And I'm gonna refer him to you, man, to come on, you know, just to like this and talk, you know what I mean? And you'll love him, you know what I mean? He did a racket time inside, you know what I mean? He goes in as gangster and come out DeVoe, right? In other words, he basically transforms, like the caterpillar turns into the butterfly, right? So yeah, anyway, having said all that, man, I enjoyed this. It may not happen again, but I enjoy this. And it's only because of you, right?
That's what I want.
You know what I mean?
I bring men out. Men come out for me because they respect me and I respect them. You know what I mean? Both of these brothers just shared with you that they wouldn't have did this for anyone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no question.
You know what I'm saying? I got five other names that people been trying to get to do platforms that since I've been home, and I got so much footage put up. I'm waiting on the pandemic when we trapped in here where I could sit here, have fun with y'all, and drop the content I did over the summer when, as y'all said, I hit the ground running. I went running for you. I went running to get content for you up and down the East Coast as far as these people would allow me to go to try and give you the light. You know what I mean? The light. So that we don't lose our youth. And that's it. Go ahead, Talib, my bad.
Nah, it's all good real quick because I got to bust a move in a minute. But what I wanted to expound on real quick is that, hey, yo, brother, you continue telling these brothers you love them, man. Continue telling them that you support them, man. The naysayers, the ones that's talking, quote unquote, against you, they not really against you, bro. They can't be, because me, myself, the little time that I've known my dad, he taught me to do research on people before you even F with them. You see what I'm saying? So before I even came up on it, yeah, I checked the pedigree and, you know, your social medias and stuff like that. Only thing you pushing is positivity. You know what I'm saying? How can somebody be against positivity? You know what I mean? It's different from, like, for example, somebody pulled my pedigree. They can't see no bull crap about me. So now if they do that, that means that they are just looking for something to start some nonsense, right? So now I'm saying that to say this. when they build about you or they feel some type of way, it's a personal feeling that they have. It's nothing that you really done. You see what I'm saying? It's maybe who you may have on the platform. Who knows? They might speak about me and Mo right now on your platform or something. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that we have to shun them. They not willing. They not ready yet. That's all it is. They not ready yet. You not no bird ass dude. Mo ain't no bird ass dude. I'm not either. You know? So I'm saying that to say, keep pushing forward. Like my dad would say, straight ahead. You know what I mean? And let the naysayers be what they are. Keep the respect for them. Keep telling them that yo, you good with me, even if I'm good with you, even if you're not good with me. You see what I'm saying? And that's putting a nail on the head right there. Now, as far as our youth and our younger generation and stuff, we doing what we're supposed to do. We are doing what we're supposed to do. And that's the reason why I put together the youth program. It takes a village, because it takes more than one person to get our youth in order. I can't do it by myself. You can't do it by yourself. The next person can. Shout out to all initiative programs like Man Up, A.T. Mitchell, GMAC, Gang Intervention, all of them. My son, the General King, Stop Killing Kings, Erica for Life Camp. There's a lot of initiative programs that's out there that's trying to help the youth, and all the other initiative programs that I'm not even speaking on. Shout out to them, because they are doing what they need to be doing to help, So I'm saying, with that being said, to your whole audience, those that's listening to this platform, the Shakur family salutes y'all. We appreciate y'all. We got to keep pushing forward. Free Dr. Mutulu Shakur, man. Unfortunately, he got denied. He got released again. He got denied again, and they denied him compassionately, even though he did have cancer.
Slow that down. Run that back again so they know what's the status of him, because I was in California, and I know the Oakland area love the doc. So break down what's going on with his situation, where he at, so that when our Oakland people there that don't know, because a lot of them hit me asking questions, you can
how they can help him, man.
Yeah. Break it down. So his status, his case.
Well, truth be told, not only the brothers that's with the
I spoke on Oakland because I just left California. That's why I spoke on Oakland. I just left I got released from California. I'm from New York, because they sent me out there because I refused to set up a police on the East Coast, 20 minutes from my mother's house. They sent me all the way to California, hoping that I would have got killed. But when I got out there, I helped the brothers out there get out of jail and stay out of jail. And then now they released me from prison. So I'm just trying to help the brothers. But I mentioned Oakland because I just left California with these brothers. And a lot of them that I'm still in contact with is asking. So let them know the status of his fight for freedom before we go real quick, big bro. You was saying it. I want to take a time.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, he's in Lexington, Kentucky now. It's the medical center. And yes, he was out there in Cali and many other locations. And I began phone calls and, communications from all over I'm going to say all over the world. Wherever he was located, in-state, out-state, wherever, they be connected with me, trying to find out about him, or just trying to give support to the family on the stream. So, his update is that, yeah, he's out there in Lexington, Kentucky. They denied him his relief again for the fifth time, and the lawyers had the paperwork in for compassionate relief. They denied that, and this is a man that has cancer. And how you gonna deny him, compassionate relief?
Now Sudiani. Am I saying his name right? Sudiani, Mo.
Yeah, Sudiani Akola.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Tell him who Sudiani is, Talib, to you.
Sudiani?
Yeah.
I'm not impressed to that name.
Okay, Mo, tell him who Sudiani is.
That's the side of Shakur co-defendant, right? That's the side of Shakur.
See, look at that. Y'all giving me more history than I know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna make sure you get it. The street.
Yeah, good man. Good luck. Good man. Like, no matter what he went through, he kept his sense of humor. You know what I mean? He's one of them rare guys that, again, you listen to him because you know he care about you, right? You know what I mean? Like you know he care about you, right? Even if he's talking to you and somebody might think he's talking bad to you, you know it's coming from his heart and it's because he cares, right? Got a hell of a sense of humor, right? I mean, and an environment like the environments we earlier described or that you will describe on this prison program, prison talk program, it's really fascinating how an individual can maintain a sense of humor, you understand, and maintain a good, healthy outlook on life in spite of all the decadence and the environments that's really geared towards something else. Yeah, people make this mistake and they think that prison changes an individual. Like they think they'll see a guy comes out of prison and they'll think prison did that. And prison don't. It's the individual's own effort in spite of prison, not because of prison. In spite of prison that brings about the transition. You understand? So you got guys that's able to evolve and grow in that kind of environment. It's phenomenal, right? And Sudiati, you know what I mean? It's a wonderful dude, man. He's one of the ex-Black Panthers, or for that matter, Black Panther. You understand, that was arrested with Assata Shakur.
Mm-hmm. Hey, now I'm gonna tell you how I met Assata Shakur, right? Hey Mo, you remember when I think what was your name? 1B or 1A in Alamo? You was across from me, but what was it? A or B? I don't remember how it go. You know?
I don't either, man, and I try not to, right?
All right, but look, we had they were trying to make a honor unit. So they was trying to move us wild young.
Hey, I'm here. I just gotta get off for a second. I'm here.
Okay, homie. You know? Yeah, they was trying to make an honor unit to show you how ignorant I was. They was trying to make an honor unit in the block. So they was moving the older guys into my unit that I was in. I had a single cell right in front of the TV where I could lay down with the door open and look at the TV from in the bed like I'm home. That's how twisted my mentality is. I want to be comfortable in these people's prison. You understand?
Yeah.
I got my foot up watching TV from in the bed, man. They call my 4 o'clock mail call, and I get stacks of mail. Not bragging again, but I get stacks of mail. This way back in the beginning when everybody loved me before the decades. But this is 99 when I only had 5 years in. But I get stacks of mail. The police come to the door every day with a stack of mail for me. And one day when he came with a stack of mail 3 times the size of what I normally get. I'm talking about where my hands at, like this. I'm like, man, man, I love it. So I go looking through it. It said Sudiati's name on it, but I don't know who he is. So I go to tell him, yo, y'all got the wrong cell. So I take my little stack, and I'm sitting in the room. 10 minutes later, this elder man comes in, about maybe 60 something, little skinny older dude in good shape. He comes stand up in it. He said, when he got his blanket, he said, oh, they put me in this cell. I'm so ignorant. I'm telling him, yo, old head, I ain't trying to get no celly, dog. You know what I mean? I've been here all this time, you know. Go tell them people that you ain't trying to come in, man. You know what I mean? That's how ignorant I am. I don't even know that this is one of our heroes. That fought for us. You know what I mean? But I'm just so ignorant. I want to be lay up in a cell by myself with my feet up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Brother Mo let me know who he is when I went out. I said, man, you know, they try to give me a celly and I'm vexed. You know, I'm trying to give me a celly and I'm going in. And he like, whoever they gave you, that's who Allah wants you to have. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at him, I ain't trying to hear that. Man, I don't want nobody myself. This old man, what would do the old man to sell? I can't talk with him. He probably don't smoke. He don't drink. He don't do nothing. I want to smoke, drink, watch TV, and be in Club 2000 in Allenwood Penitentiary. That was my twisted mentality. And it's the same time when God's saying, man, you need to tighten up, youngin'. And I'm telling him, I ain't trying to hear none of that. That's what I'm saying. Good brothers tried to teach me. So I go back in the unit. And I say to the old man, I said, yo, my brother told me your name is such and such, and we kicked it for a second. You know what I mean? And he's like, look, if you don't want me in here, I'll leave. You understand what I'm saying? But this is where they put me. You know what I mean? So I said, oh, hey, you know what? These people probably going to get rid of me anyway, man. Come on in. You understand what I'm saying? Because they making it an honor unit, and I'm not no honor dude. You know what I mean? So I know they get ready to pull a fast one to pull me out anyway. So I said, I'd rather a black man, the elder black man, have this plus cell, even though it didn't mean anything to him, but that's where my mentality was at. You know what I mean? So I tell him, no, they get ready to get rid of me anyway. I already see it's so cool. You know what I mean? So I moved the brother, and Sure enough, 2 days later, they come get me at 4 o'clock count, and they say, "Oh, pack your stuff. You gotta go." You know. I said, "Where am I going?" They said, "Don't worry about the package." So I already knew then where I was going. So now I'm talking to the old man, and he's telling me, "Man, they do that to my co-defendant a lot. People like you that got a lot of influence, they're gonna keep moving you, youngin. But if you being wild like that, you ain't heading nowhere but to trouble, and you ain't never getting out of these people's prison." You know what I mean? He said, "Thank you for the room." You understand what I'm saying? He said, "But I want you to know that if you don't do nothing else, take this with you when you go on your journey, because these people will bury you in here." You know what I mean? And my co-defendant is scheduled to die in here. You're scheduled to die in here. I said, "Nah, I got my appeal in. I got my appeal in." I said, "Man, them people don't care how right you are. You too militant. You too strong-minded. You too strong-willed. Do the last thing they want back out there. Because the youth get to hear you speak once you get your mind right. Because right now your mind is not right, but it's sharp enough to be right. But take this with you on your journey, young man. Slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down."
That's right.
And over the years, it took another decade. That was the same time when Guy Fisher talked to me. Because this is 99, this is 2001 in Allenwood. I got there in 99. And they was bringing in the DC guys when they brought them into the prison system and was pushing us out. So they used that to send me out to Lompart, out west again. Because they don't want to keep me in any East Coast, New York area, because they figure that I'm bringing drugs in, I got money, I'm doing this, and I could, you know, make things happen that they don't want to happen in the prison that I'm not supposed to be doing in the prison. You know what I mean? But I'm just doing it because I'm trying to be defiant. You know what I mean? This is my way of rebelling. But at the same time, I'm selling drugs to my people again. You know what I mean? And it took a decade, over a decade, for what Suniani tried to tell me, what Guy Fisher tried to tell me, what Underwood tried to tell me, what Mo tried to tell me. You know what I mean? I'm a product of this man sitting here. That's why I called this man on here to explain, you know, my journey. Because they don't know me. I've been gone 26 years and couldn't get in no magazines and all of that because I didn't want to put my case out there because it would have never let me out. I'm trying to get out saying that I'm rehabilitated, not that I'm a kingpin trying to get out. You know what I mean? It just so happened when they made the law saying if you self-rehabilitated and you've been helping others within prison, you understand what I'm saying? That the judge could release you. You know what I mean? The homie coming back so I can get ready to end this and we can shout pipe him out, Mo. Okay, there you go. You know, there you go. But yo, we out, man. I was just, you know, giving that story about Fuliani so we can let them know. Y'all say your goodbyes and your thank yous to my audience, man. We appreciate y'all for coming because I know they got something out of this. No doubt in my mind they got something out of this. You know what I mean? Because I got something out of this. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. USP Lompart, 2001. They sent me. You know what I mean?
I'm down.
Yeah. So we get ready to tune out, man. Yo, thank you. Happy birthday, Mahdi. Thank you, Mo. Thank you, Talib, because he got punched out at the bottom. So we're not gonna wait. We're gonna wait Wednesday night, 9 o'clock. Philly Blunt gonna be on, and whoever else call in that, you know, that would like to show the impact that this channel has had on their lives. The impact. You know what I mean?
Happy New Year's to your son, man.
You know what I mean? Thank you, brother. Y'all love you, Mo, and I love y'all, man. God bless you. All right, we out, family. Thank you.